morning everyone, happy Wednesday and welcome back to Hunky Dory Craft TV, where we are in the midst of our school of craft. We are here ready to have an awesome fun-filled lesson for you all. Today we are here with a masterclass of colouring, so there's only one other person that would be able to do this, and it is Cat. Good morning, Cat.
Morning.
I mean, out of everyone, you are the best when it comes to the variety of colours that we've got.
Okay.
And how to use them.
Okay.
So I'm very excited for this today.
Yeah, I have just come back off 10 days holiday, so I feel like, how do I colour again? So bear with me while I fall back into this.
It will be absolutely awesome. Did you have a nice time off?
I did. It was
a
very
good
chill
break?
week. Yeah, it was lovely.
Good.
Yeah.
We love that. And over in the demonstration station, over producing the show today.
You wish.
Hey, I've seen your TikToks.
I know.
Has everyone seen Jess's TikToks? They're Jess's hands doing those TikToks. We can get her in that station soon, don't you worry, because she is awesome. But yeah, Jess is running the show today. So she's going to keep me on track because, as you can see, I stayed up too late last night, so I am not going to be good in class today. But before we get to it, let's have a look at this week's Win It Weekly. We're giving away a trolley. We're not just giving away one trolley. We're giving away 3 trolleys.
Wow.
I know.
That's incredible.
Last week, Jess said, do you think we can give away a trolley? They're a bit expensive, aren't they? I was like, you probably will be able to, but it might just depend on the postage because these are hefty boxes. And she asked Dan, I said, you'll have to ask Dan. I said, I don't think we can make that decision ourselves. We might get in trouble. She asked Dan. Dan said, you want to give away a trolley? I'll tell you what you can do. You can give away 3.
Aww.
So 3 lucky winners are going to win our incredible Hunky Dory trolley. What a week to be in with a chance of winning. All you have to do is like, share and comment. Oh, which of the following school rules is not true? A, is true. Which of the following school rules is true? A, you are not allowed to eat ketchup during school hours. B, you cannot play football on a Wednesday. Or C, you're allowed to cheat on 1 test per year. A, B or C.
Is one of them's true?
Apparently. I know. I defo had ketchup at school because you had to pay like an extra 5p and they gave you like those rubbish sachets. So you'd have to buy like 10 and stock them up just to get enough.
Is this like across the board schools or is it just like one particular school?
Well, we don't know. It's probably come from Google. So who knows
because I
on that
don't think
one.
any of my kids have been told any of them.
I imagine like maybe like the no football on a Wednesday could be like because there's something else on, or maybe the grass gets cut on a Wednesday. Who knows? But I don't know. I'm really stumped on that one. Don't have a clue. But like, share and comment for your chance to win that storage trolley. Just put them all in at some point this week. That's the best way to do it. Right. I haven't got one, Jess.
No.
I haven't got one.
Okay.
Free with every order is a Hunky Dory pen. A Hunky Dory pen. I've got 2 now. So you are going to get a Hunky Dory pen free with every order over £25 or more. But if you're like me and you need 2 pens, then you can absolutely buy yourself another one at £3.99 or £3.59 if you are a Diamond Club member. But for any order you place this week, if it's over £25, you're going to get a pen. So you might get a nice little stash depending on how many orders you place. We have had some very good things in our School of Craft. So make sure you get those. The offer ends on that one on Sunday, the 8th of September until midnight. But let's get on with the show, shall we? A masterclass in colouring only means one thing. We've got every colouring medium here for you to look at, and we're going to start off with the brush markers and the handbook bundle. Now your brush markers are great because they're a watercolour based marker, and I think for me, not sure if you will agree, Kat, this is probably where I would start off if I was at the beginning of my crafting journey.
Definitely.
They're very, very versatile to use. You can do lots of fun techniques with them as well, but Kat's going to talk you all the way through that. This bundle is so good. This is the bundle that contains all 6 packs and your handbook. Your handbook's normally $9.99, and then your pens individually, I can't think what these are now. Are they $14.99 a pack? But you've got, yeah, I'll show you this way because you can see all the colours on the bottom. You've got a really nice variety. So this is your Blue Lagoon. How much?
$49.
Oh yeah, I thought so. $14.99 each. Then you've got your Heavenly Sunset. So you've got all your yellows, your oranges, your reds, your browns. You've got the Antiques, which is like darker shades of all of the colours. So this is like a mixed pack. You've then got your Forest Walk. This has got all your greens and your browns. Really, really nice colours within that one. Then we have your Berry Burst. Look at this. All of those really nice purples and pinks included in that one. And then we're also giving you your pastel shades, your rainbow pastels. So all of these pens, 72 in total, which have 2 nibs under £40
Wow.
to get these home. That's crazy. Jess, what's the maths on that per pen? You have to take off the handbook. So 89.93 divided by 72. It's going to be like, I can't even do the maths. I'm too tired for maths today.
Wait, what?
Oh, we're going to have to give her a minute. So 89.93 divided by 72.
I did 99.
Honestly, you just can't get the teachers.
Today, was it?
Maths we aren't good at today.
£1.24.
£1.24. How good is that?
That's so cute.
And you've got like the brush nib, and you've also got the fine line nib on it. It's absolutely awesome. So make sure you get your hands on that one, because of course you get that handbook included as well. Then your pad of traditional watercolour card, we've got that because you do need the right tools for the job when it comes to colouring, and your pad of watercolour card is the best thing for you. This is £11.99, now $7.99. 12 sheets of professional coloured watercolour card in here, 300 GSM. It's got a really nice smooth finish, but it's super, super thick cardstock and great for using with these pens. So if you want to get your hands on that, you absolutely can do. And then we were talking about this at Hobby Maker yesterday. Myself, Sharon and Pete in the green room, amongst some very fun crafters yesterday. This is an exceptional handbook. This is going to give you all the knowledge of your colours, what your different colours mean. Your wheel itself is a great tool, but having the handbook by your side to really talk you through all of the different terminology, the meanings, you know, what's the difference between like a hue, a shade, a tone and a tint. We've got monochrome, complementary colours, split complementary. It's going to teach you everything you need, and then it's going to match up on this side, so you can see what colours really work with each other. And I think that's so important when it comes to colouring. And then you've got all of this knowledge inside that show you different ways of using this with stamps, with dies, with topper collections. And my favourite thing about this as well is at the back we've got our own little wheels that have our prism ink pads, and we also have our adorable scoreable colours, so you can match them up with your colour wheel and you can be making cards that go really, really nicely together. $6.99.
Incredible.
It's such a good price, isn't it? I can't believe that price is that low. But let's get straight over to Kat for the first section of today's colouring techniques.
Should we do a little bit of techniquing?
Yes, let's do it.
Right, okay, so let's go back to basics. So we're going to be using a mixture of our alcohol markers and our brush markers for this one, just showing what they do, why we have both of them, basically. So let's start with our alcohol markers. So I'm just going to take this little stamp here, And this is a great way as well, just to go over to you why we use the two different kinds of inks. Now, you know when we're usually putting our black bases down, we either use the VersaFine or a Memento. Now, when we're using our alcohol markers, you always want to use your Memento ink, and your VersaFine is fine for your brush markers if you're bringing anything that's water-based in. So for this one, we will go with this. And that's across the colours as well. If you want to use like a grey Memento or the vintage sepia VersaFine, it's exactly the same principle. So, what we love about our alcohol markers is the blendability of them. Now, you can take a little stamp like this, and you can colour it flat. You can just go in with your choice of colours. I'll put them over it. I think I've pinched Anne-Marie's. So we'll go with a yellow. Of course, there's none of the lighter yellows in there, is there, when I want them? Oh no, a 405.
Do you need a light one?
What colour do we do the rainbows normally? Red.
Red and yellow and pink and green.
Yeah, so yellow's this one here, isn't it? So I've got a 405 here. And because it's quite fine. So with your alcohol markers, you're going to get your chisel tip at one end, which is great when you've got large areas to colour, or you like doing faux borders like I do. And then you've also got your nib at this side that's better for your more precise crafting. So we're going to take this round. And like we say, just go right up. You don't go right to the edge, but you don't have to go right up. The kind of colour fills itself in for you. They're really, really clever because they've got that little bit of a bleed when you put them down. So we're just going with that first colour there, and like I said, you can colour that flat and they'll look fine. They give you such much more precise look than like normal felt tips. You don't have that marking in them. But if you really, really want to make them pop and bring them to life, then go in with a darker shade. I've just got the 406 here. And we're just going to start building up that colour and that definition. So I'm going to bring this one a little bit further up, a little bit further round. And as I go further up, I'm not colouring to the bottom of the image. You can see I'm just keeping that to the top there. And we're really, really building that up. And then you can go in with an even darker shade. We'll go with the 10, I think. That's a little bit more orangey, but it will blend in. And we just don't come as far up with this one. But again, just at the top, just go a little bit over there. And then you go back in with the next colour that it's laid down upon, and you can blend this in together. I will be using my alcohol markers in my next demonstration, so you'll get to see these, how they blend together even more. But you can just see there just how beautifully we've got that much more depth and definition
and
on that there.
And it's so like vibrant, isn't it, when it comes to like using your craft markers over like your brush markers.
It really, really is. Another technique that I love to do, especially with stamps like this that stand for it, is edging them. So I'll take my blue, if you're not wanting to colour in the whole background.
Yeah.
And sometimes things like clouds and stuff can be a little bit tricky to colour, but if you just go round the outside with a pale blue, it really makes them pop and come to life. And you could do this with the chisel tip if you're wanting a bit of a thicker edge, but again, you can see
it's really standing up off the page, like
it
you've
is
already gone over versus the other side.
Definitely. And we've also got in our selection of alcohol markers, you've got a colourless blender. So what you can do with that then, if you were wanting to fade that out more into the background, you can just take this round the edges and blend it into that white background of your paper, just to give it a bit more of a softer, subtler edge.
Gives it like a shadow, doesn't it?
It really does. It's lovely. And then just before we move on, I'll just do a little bit in the clouds, just so you can see how little you can do to get like a coloured effect as well. Now, lots of our stamps are done with the details in for you, so you know if you're just wanting to add a little bit of something just to make them pop and come to life, you can just follow the detail that's in the stamp. But you just get so much of a more professional looking coloured effect with your alcohol markers. Like I said, they are great for shading when you've got like your skin tones and things like that as well. I am using them in my next demo. So we'll move on to our brush markers. Make some room, see where I'm up to.
There's lots of people joining us today. There was a question, let me see who it is. Susan asked a question. It's already been answered, but the dies you're looking for will be on the show tomorrow. And Cheryl says, is there any tips on stopping your brush markers and stamp pads from drying out, and can you revive them? I always think to make sure that they're in the best sort of state is just to store them properly. So your all your pens actually should be stored flat. Obviously we get them out for sort of being able to see the colours on the top of them, but the best way is to store them flat because they obviously have a channel in the middle that is going to hold all of the pigment. So storing them flat really helps, and also keeping them in like airtight container.
Yes.
So that they can't get dried out. So you can pop them into your storage cases, especially your ink pads. We all have them in our super storage caddies. And then they keep really nicely in those little tubs. So we've never, because they're water-based, we've never got to the point where we've tried to revive them, if I'm honest. And if you were to do something like that, it could probably cause more damage than it's worth. So in terms of your ink pads, I would definitely just stock up on any of your favourite colours that sort of run out than trying to revive them, because you don't want to start playing around with them and then mess around with them and ruin them.
Definitely not. So with our brush markers, they are absolutely fine to use on things like your colouring pocket pads and anything that we've got to colour in. But if you are using them with stamping and things, we would recommend that you use our traditional watercolour card pad, which I think we've got coming up for you later. And you can use them on a variety of ways on here. So I've just stamped two of the same flower out here. And we're just going to go in, and this is just using them as is. So you can, just like you would with your alcohol markers, go in. And I do like to use little strokes rather than scrubbing. I think you get like a better effect. But you can just blend them together, go around. You can get your colours and colour in, and they will layer up as well and blend into each other. If we go and pick some lighter ones up now as well, and you can get a lovely effect. But the beauty of these is that we can mix them with water in a variety of ways to get different colouring effects. And I'm going to see if I've got a lighter pink that I can bring in here just to show you how they do blend together, especially on this pad. Absolutely beautifully.
Yeah, it is really important to use the right sort of like cardstock with these pens, because that's going to give you the best finish. So your watercolour card really does a great job. But I love the fact that you're showing how well they blend together without using water, because I think it's something that maybe gets like left behind sometimes. But look how gorgeous that looks.
It does, yeah.
It's
and then
beautiful.
Even when you've got your lighter one, you can go back in with some of your darker bits just to pick up where those darker bits would be, and come back with your lighter colours back round the bottom here. So you could just fully colour that in using them absolutely perfectly, but then you could go ahead and you could bring in your water brushes. I've just filled this one out here. Just going to make sure that's coming out. And if you want much more of that watercolour look, you can start bleeding this out into the rest of the image and get this really subtle kind of watercolour look as you go on. And the beauty is that you can add your water to those paler bits that you want then, and then add your colours back on top, and you will get this beautiful, beautiful kind of effect. So if we do that now, and then we go back over with this soft pink, it still goes down, but it goes down much paler because you've got that water base.
You've just sort of like touched the top of the cardstock, haven't you, with that pen?
Absolutely. So that is one way that you can do it. You can also use these like on your glass mat or your rubber mat that we've got for you, and use this as like a palette, as a little template. So if you've not quite got the right colour that you want, you can mix and match on here if you really, really want that really subtle watercolour effect. And again, if you're not feeling the most confident with your colouring, this is a great way to do it, because you can just see it basically does it for you. You don't need to even think about it. You're going to get, because you've got the nature of that water in there, lighter and darker patches that you would naturally get on that flower there.
So good.
And again, you can just go in with it. That one's a little bit dry. Let's try a little bit of a hotter pink just to pick that up. And then I'm going to try, I can't remember exactly how it's done in the book, but one really cool technique that I love, where you make like bubbles with them. So you can see the different ways you can colour and add shades and stuff to these here, different ways you can use them. Let me see if I can remember how to do this. So I need something that's
Have you got a
circle.
tape, like a low-tack tape?
Yes, that's a circle, isn't it? So I'm going to start. There's different ways you can do this, but for this one, let's go with a different colour just so it's standing out. Just to get my basic circle shape. The beauty of these as well is that we've got that fine liner on the end. So
and it's the same colour as well.
Yeah.
It's not different, it's the same pigment that's used. So if you want to go back over like the stamp that Kat's done there and pick out like individual details or just darken sides of the petals, you can do that with your fine liner, and it's going to look really nice.
So I'm going to take that, and it doesn't have to be perfect obviously because no bubbles are, and then I'm just going to add a bit more colour around the edges, and we'll bring in some other tones as well, because not many bubbles are just one tone, are they? Have we got a bit of yellow? Bring them in. And you can always go back and add. This is the beauty of these. Let's add a little bit of soft pink in there as well. Just round the edges. And then you can go back in with that water brush and just start blending these together and out, and you can make these really kind of cool bubble effects. And when it's all done, you can go back and redraw that line on the outside as well. Can you just see how that's coming?
It's starting to look really nice now. All those colours are merging together.
Yeah. And you
get
can go back.
Gorgeous sort of like halo that you would normally get as well.
You can, and then you can just go back if you think you need a little bit more blue over here. I'd always recommend leaving a little bit of like white space in there, because it's just going to give you that really cool effect. So I'm just going to kind of blend all that outside edge in there, and then ideally I'd probably let it dry a bit, but I'm going to go back with that blue on the outside just to really make that edge of that bubble pop. And don't forget, these fine liners are great for your like your Zentangling and all that as well. But I just think it's a really, really cool technique that you can do. Something a little bit different that just shows off the beauty of your brush markers.
So some questions there about what Kat has stamped on. So for using the water-based markers, we recommend that premium pad of watercolour card, and then if you are going to be doing it with your colouring in with your pencils as well, we recommend the watercolour card. But anything in terms of the craft markers, your craft markers, those alcohol-based markers, we would always recommend using like the Colour Me or the Ink Me stamping card. And that's going to give you the best effect.
Yeah, and now that this one's dried down a bit, I am just going back in with the pen just to add in some more detail. Just adding that definition with that one there. Right, is there anything else you want to see?
I'm not sure. We can move on if you want.
I feel like I'm going to be going more over the alcohol markers when I'm colouring my image in next, so...
I'm not sure.
You don't know?
I think you've covered quite a lot of things there. No, I think we can move on. We can move on.
We'll go over some more techniques.
We'll go over some bits in a bit. Right, let's have a look at our pocket pads, because next up we're going to show an in-depth look of our craft markers in more detail. So for your for the craft markers, again, you want either your Colour Me card or your Ink Me card, but you can also use the pocket pads, those fantastic colouring pocket pads that we have. Now these are £4.99 each, but right now they are half price, £2.50, and we've got a variety of different ones for you to choose one, including some of our Say It With Style. So we've just got a selection here of our pocket pads to show you. This one is your happy birthday, and you can see you've got really lots of really fun stuff in there. So you've got the beer bottles, we've got the cakes, we've got the happy birthday candles, we've got donuts in this one, and you do get so many of each in here. So if you do want to do some decoupage within your colouring as well, you absolutely can do. You've got the car with the presents on, you've got the bouquet of flowers, we've got party hats, we've got the teddy, we've got the champagne glasses, we've got the candles, we've got the bunting. There's absolutely loads included in that one. So that is your happy birthday colouring pocket pad. Then we have the lovely ladies colouring pocket pad. Now this is beautiful to use with those brush markers and to use with your pencils as well. It gives you a really nice finish because you've got like these designs that have already got the definition and the dimension in. All you have to do is layer your flat sort of colouring onto here. So this one is beautiful. Lots of lovely different designs in here that you'll be able to colour in. Got some Art Deco ladies in here as well. Some really nice fun modern images. It's really, really beautiful. So that is a great one to test out with your pencils if you're wanting to get ready and skilled up with those. Then we've got the on-the-go colouring pocket pad. This one's got all of your transport themes in here. So we've got the air balloon, we've got the aeroplane, we've got helicopter, we've got the fighter jet, you've got the space shuttle in here as well, we've got the boats, the steam trains, the motorcycles, the scooters, tractors, really cool cars, a selection of different sort of designs in there. We've got dumper trucks in here. There's all sorts. You've got the bus as well. Then we've got your cute as a button. So this one's got all really, really adorable artwork in. And remember, you don't need to use your pocket pads as full pads either. We can do lots of really fun things with these. So you've got the flower in there. We've got the unicorn. We've got gnomes included in this one. You've got the princess of the castle. We've got the safari. There's the little cow, which is super, super cute in that one. We've got the absolutely adorable sort of like smoothie there with all the fruit around it. We've got fairies, we've got cupcakes, we've got owls, a little spaceman. These are fantastic to colour in and especially great to use with your craft markers because it is printed onto a thinner Ink Me cardstock. Then we've got this one here, which is your In the Garden, and this one's beautiful, a really nice mix of artwork, and again perfect for colouring in, perfect for £2.50 to grab if you're travelling away, because these and a little pack of your pencils, pop them on the plane, you're going to keep the kids entertained for absolutely hours as well. So think about that if you are doing any travelling. You could even have them in the car as well. £2.50 if you want to get your hands on those. And then our craft markers. Now we can't do the bundle anymore. Unfortunately, we are very, very limited on one of the colours, I think. A few of the colours are out. But we are giving you these ones at a buy one, get one free. So you can get your individual packs here, which is going to make these absolutely incredible. So £9.99 is going to get you 12 pens in total. And again, these come in colour families. They all blend really nicely together. So you've got greens, we've got yellows, we've also got the turquoises. I love that pack, it's my favourite. We've got the browns, so perfect for if you've got any animals in there. We've got your purples. You've got your pinks, your reds. We've got your cool greys. We've got your warm greys. You've got your darks, your pastels, your brights, your blues and your neutrals. So have a look on the website. Do have to let you know as well, that blending tool that Kat was talking about that can kind of like act as a eraser, you will find that in your pastels. You can't buy that separately. That is in with your pastel set. So there's loads and loads of options there. Maybe you want to stock up on your most used colours. Maybe you've got like a favourite colour selection. Get them now while they're on that improved multi-buy. Hopefully we will be able to do a bundle for you at some point, but until then this is our next best option for you, so you can get that on there. And I've got some cards to show you that use these two items together, and they are absolutely exceptional. You can see the colouring in here just allows you to be really fun and have a lot of depth within these ones as well. I love this one's really, really cute with the background page in there. I mean, look how phenomenal this looks with your pencils. That one's been coloured in with your pencils. This one again has been coloured in with your pencils. Magda's coloured these ones in. These ones are super, super fun as well. This one's by Sally, and she has used her alcohol markers. So you can see it just brings it to life, and it gives it such a incredible, almost like cartoon effect to your colouring. This one's actually with your brush markers. So you can see how those ones work on there. We have got another one here which is super, super cute. Really lovely coloured in. This one uses your pencils. And then again, this one uses those craft markers. So super, super fun to use and to colour in all of those things. Before we get to the next demo though, we're going to test ourselves. Now today is probably not the best day to test me and Kat, me especially. We're going to do a geography test.
Oh no.
So it's time to really test you all. How good is your geography knowledge? Are you ready? Good luck. You need to try and answer the next few questions correctly. Are we winning anything for this?
No, it's just...
Okay, this is fine. This is good
geography?
news. I know. I've got a good sense of direction,
She's got the best sense of direction. I call her Sat Nav Nat because she's...
Honestly.
It's like all in her head.
Someone said something to me the other day about that. I can't remember. Oh, it was Kelly. She was like, how do you know where you're going? I was like, 'cause I've been here before. I just know.
She remembers. You're like, oh, right, I'm going to Sainsbury's at Timbuktu. And she's like, right, the way you want to go is... You can literally say anywhere and she knows.
It's weird, isn't it? How many states are in the US of A?
50.
It's 50 something. I think it's 52.
I want to say 52. I did used to know them all off by heart.
Was it not learnt them all, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's 51 or 52, I think. But we will see. Are we going to get the answers next or at the end?
We'll do them at the end.
Okay. Next question. What country is this flag? Norway.
Yeah, I was thinking Norway.
I was going to say Denmark, but it's more red. See, you test me on flags. I'm a football fan. I know my countries.
Ready?
Yep. Helsinki is the capital of which country?
Oh, it's one that begins with S, I think.
Helsinki.
It's either Sweden or Switzerland. It begins with S. I'm going that far. You don't ask me geography. History. I'm coming back for history. Better be history on Friday.
Yeah.
Next.
What are we going with? What did you say? Sweden or Switzerland?
I'm going to go Sweden. I've no idea.
Is Sweden not?
Helsinki. Might be Switzerland. Oh, I've not. I really, geography is not my strong point.
Did Dan not go to Switzerland to watch a United game? Don't think it's Switzerland.
I could be throwing you off with the S's. It could be something
Helsinki.
completely different whatsoever.
It's definitely somewhere in Europe, I think. Or is it in like Iceland?
Oh, maybe. Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Sorry. Next. How many countries does the Himalayas stretch across? Definitely. Wait, where are the Himalayas? Which ones is that? Is that the ones between... There's too many mountain ranges. The Himalayas is not the one where Everest is.
No, it is.
It is? Yeah. Oh, right, okay. Well, I was in the wrong region before then. 6?
Yeah, I'll go with you. I've no idea.
There's lots of countries around there, though, because they're all little and, like, together, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'm going to go for 6. That's a random guess, though. If that's right, I'll be really pleased.
I love how you had the
myself.
optimism to ask, did we win anything for this at the beginning?
Next one. Croatia. Although I don't think it's called Croatia anymore. Changed its name. Why? Don't know. It's just this year in the World Cup. Then it's not Croatia anymore. It's something else. But Croatia, I think. Or is it Czech or something?
Czechoslovakia.
No. I think it's Croatia. I think.
There's a reason why we're crafters.
I'm not sure. Carry on. Bridgetown is the capital of which country? Don't know, but I like the name.
I've never heard of it.
Bridgetown.
Bridgetown.
Sounds quite cute and dainty, doesn't it?
It does.
Bridgetown.
I feel like it. I don't know.
Country. Bridgetown.
I want to say somewhere in Africa.
Yeah, I was thinking like that. Somewhere in Africa. Or somewhere
Oh,
in...
yeah. No, well, I know Cape Town, South Africa. But maybe
Somewhere
that's
in,
why
like-
it's putting me on that.
Somewhere in a place like that. Maybe like an island or...
But it's not somewhere you hear people like going, and you don't hear people, I'm going to Bridgetown, so it doesn't automatically make you think of...
I'm thinking like an island near like around Australia maybe, but I know that New Zealand is not called Bridgetown.
No.
I can't
but
remember
it could
what
be
is,
like
but it's
something
not
like,
that.
yeah.
Like
it could be
Fiji or something around that, because they have quite strange names, don't they?
Yeah.
Like country, like, I don't know. Should we guess? Are we going to guess?
Jamaica.
Cat, it's not Jamaica. Jamaica's is
Is it Kingston?
Kingston. It's not
I
Jamaica.
don't know. This is the worst time.
Okay, give us the answers. Come on. How many states are in the US of A?
50.
Oh,
Said 50.
Cat wins. What country is this flag? What did we say? Norway. We are terrible. We're close. We were close. Helsinki is the capital of which country?
Finland.
Finland.
Of course
It was up there. It was one of those ones at the top.
We are going to be so judged
How many
today.
countries does the Himalayas stretch across?
You're going to be shocked.
6!
Yay!
I was right. I did think it was, yeah, it's around a lot of places. But I was like, not too sure. But yeah, got one right.
I knew Nepal.
And
but
one
that was
right.
it.
What country is this flag? It is Croatia. 2 right. Let's go. Bridgetown is the capital of which country? We weren't sure on this one.
Oh, Barbados.
We did say it would be an island. We did say it would be an
I was going
island.
with Jamaica, but I forgot about Barbados.
Well, geography is not our strong point,
No.
Kat. We need to do some more lessons.
We certainly do.
You need to
Yeah,
stop
there's
this
a reason I
crafting
didn't pick it for
malarkey.
GCSE.
And we clearly need to spend more time doing geography because we are very,
No,
very
but
shocking.
crafting's fun,
Well,
geography's
hopefully
boring.
you guys got all of those questions right. There was lots of people said Finland as well. What one's the Norway one then? That's quite similar, isn't it?
Iceland, yeah. Everyone thought it was Norway, but I think they've got similar ones.
They do have similar flags. They must have like the same cross and then something in it.
Yeah.
Who knows? But congratulations to you if you got all of those right. But yeah, we definitely need to do some more work on that. But let's go back to Cat for our second demo, shall we?
Okie dokie, so let's have a play with our little pocket pads. And I'm going to use our, let me bring them back in, alcohol markers for this one. Now, I am going to try and make a whole card out of this, but bear with me, the colouring might take a little bit of time, but I'm going to try and keep it as speedy as I can. I always like to have a little bit of scrap on hand so I can test my colours.
I think it's most important when it comes to your alcohol markers to do that actually, because the colours don't always replicate the colours on the lids.
So what I'm going to do with this one, so I don't have to be too careful, is I've gone ahead and I've fussy cut out from another sheet, because you get duplicates, the head part already. So this just gives me a little bit of leeway when I'm colouring in around the flower, that I don't have to be too precise. Hopefully it'll just, and I've managed to pick up a marker that's running out, but
and this is because they're stored that way, Cat.
I know.
Well, it's fine on the other side. What colour is it?
451. I'll be able to go in with the dark one over the top. That's too dark. There we go. Oh, she's got two. Look at that. That's a bit better. So, like I said, I don't need to worry too much about going over the top of that flower. I just need to come in round this here. And please, please take a bit more time than I'm doing. You know I've got to try and make a whole card, and I've got another demo to come up afterwards. So, I'm just going as fast as I can. It doesn't matter if it bleeds into your clouds a little bit, because that is the kind of nature of clouds. If you are more precise with your colouring around here, you will get that lovely flat look, but you can swirl and go around to get that texture in your background to add to that cloudy effect. And I'm actually, just because I'm being lazy, doing this with my chisel tip here, and you can still see how precise I can get to the edge of these here without having to be too careful. Again, like I said. So we're going to take this round. Let's go a little bit back over these bits here that were lighter. But again, this is a great example where you could go back in with that colourless blender. That what it does is like removes the alcohol from the colouring. So if you did want that more patchy, cloudy like sky, you could build it up with that. You could go in with your darker colours and build that kind of ombre effect in the background as well. And then I'm just gonna go around the edges just to give it kind of like a natural border, but like in the same colour that we've got going on in the sky here. And you can see how quick the colour's really not popping on the camera today. It's like bleaching it out, but
it does look very good.
Go through. So
a lot brighter
go
in here.
with our flower again and make sure we colour the right one in. So I'm popping down to our base here, and again let's come round. I feel like this demo is going to take forever but we'll get there. I don't think anybody complains about watching us colouring,
No,
do
we
they?
love watching colouring. It's the most therapeutic type of crafting to watch, I think.
It is. I just get paranoid because of the time. I would happily sit here and spend a whole hour colouring this in for you, but I think I might get told off. So when I'm showing you how to do, I like to show you how to do it proper, but I will do my best today. Go around with these leaves. And again, we're going to use that same kind of technique that we used on that rainbow stripe before. So we've gone in, and then going to go with the 4-6. I'm going to come from the bottom up. And we can just kind of like bring it round. You don't even have to think. It's amazing how quickly you can achieve these effects.
Yeah. Just with like 2 colours as well.
Yeah, definitely. And bring this round. And then just one more with a little bit of a dark one. And in fact, I'm just kind of going to like edge the circle rather than colour. And then I will go back over and blend that out. And then we're going to come to the face, and hopefully I've got the right kind of colours with me today, because I think one of the important things, one of the biggest lessons you can learn when it comes to any kind of colouring, if you're starting off or you're not that confident with it, is it's so hard, it's so easy. I think black's the best example, isn't it? You think of something as black and we just get a black pen and go straight in and colour it black, and you've lost everything, you've lost all your definition. And a bit like the face of a sunflower here, you think, the base of this is of a sunflower is brown. Now if you were just to go in and take what you consider like a sunflower kind of brown, yes, we'd still get some detail, but once you've gone in with that dark colour, it's very, very hard, unless you're using your blended tool, to take it back out. So I like to start the complete opposite end, and I will start with this light 402, like my creamy colour, and work my way up. And you will still, by the end of it, you'll still see it and think brown, but I promise you, you'll have so much more definition and interest. Now I kind of want to go in with kind of like a skin tone, like a peachy base next. And to be fair, this is going to be the majority of it. But it's just to show you that you don't need to go in and solidly colour the whole thing brown. You can still make it look brown without. So I'm just taking this one, just like as if we've got a shadow coming over it, and we'll do a little bit down the bottom here.
This sunflower just colouring in the face reminds me so much of Teletubbies.
And then we will start with those brownie tones coming in now.
You're still using quite a light brown here as well.
Yeah, definitely. A little bit more, and I'm just going to blend it out with that kind of peach tone again, just to make sure it's all nice and smooth around there. And again, I would spend more time on this in real life, but I just want to show you the effect. So this is something, a principle that I use, especially when it comes, if you colour in like skin tones, fur tones, if you're doing animals and things like that as well. Don't just think, oh, the dog's black or the horse is brown. Think about what colours come underneath and layer it up and get those tones through. And then finally, I'm just going to take, it's not actually that dark, let's go with this one, that darker brown, and have a play beforehand. This is why I say always have those bits of scrap lying around.
Test your colours.
So
you can obviously like do like a rows of like all your pinks, all of your yellows, and you can work out which colours like blend into each other really nicely as well. So get to know your pens when you get them home. I know it sounds ridiculous, but honestly, just get a plain piece of paper, layer all the colours out, make your own colour chart, and then start making like blending charts and working out which colours go in together. We've of course got the fantastic handbooks as well. All of our Prism handbooks will be available on the website, and they are excellent for sort of bringing you the knowledge that you need in terms of like blending colours and what works together.
So you read it as brown, but you've just got so much more definition and pop in there now.
It looks great.
So let's just go and do a little bit of finishing off on this here. Now I would go and do more definition with the leaves and stuff. I'll do a little bit. I don't care if we're here to 3 o'clock today. Nobody minds, do you?
Nah.
So let's go in with our leaves. But they're also great as well, especially with images like this, like your cute as a button and stuff. If you do colour them flat, and they give them that like really fun kind of like cartoony look as well. So another technique you can use, like, so I'm just going to take this here. So if you were not feeling that confident about going in and adding more greens, or you thought your next green was too dark, you can actually take like one of your grey tones. I'm going to take the neutral grey here. You know, if you just want like a slight shadow. And just use that to darken up where you want it to do.
It's a really good point, that, because sometimes your green is the wrong tone.
Yes, absolutely. And it'll just give you that little bit of something without having to go in and keep blending. And you can see on there how it's picked it up. Let's do a little bit of grassy green. So we're going to go with the 414.
This is my favourite green. This is always my base green. Like you had your base browns then and you're building up that colour. I always use this colour as like my base ground.
Yeah, which is what I'm going to do here, and then go slightly over. Because we've got such a nice variety of greens in here, like you've seen. You've got your poppier greens, like your 419 and your 421, but then you've got your more kind of like earthy greens, like this one, and your 427. So you've got a really, really good thing. Now for this one, you can see that I am swirling the pen just to get that texture in there. I'm not necessarily colouring the full thing, just so I've got a little bit of movement and swirl in there. And this is where these are so good and so handy. And then you can go back over and blend in. And I still want to kind of keep that fun cartoony look in this one, but we'll just go in, building that up. And you can then, I'm going to go back where there's just a little bit of a border there, and I'm going to take that grey again just to meld the two together, just to find that kind of middle ground if you've not got like a natural middle ground in your colour range. And that'll just work for you like that. And then what colour should we do our flowers? What do you think?
Maybe like a pink.
Pink. Pink, pink, pink. Let's see what we've got. Now your pinks are always one that I would recommend testing out beforehand, because they can be a little bit different. Right, this is really, really vibrant, but I'm going to pop this in and show you how you can take that down with your colourless blender.
I'm getting lost in your colouring already, Cat.
So you can see, again, I'm not sure, we're a bit far away from the camera, but it's just taking that kind of fluorescent nature out of that pink that we've popped down there, and just making it a little bit more soft, a little bit more subtle. And let's go around with a yellow just to make it all match. And it's one of those, never be scared of it, because the more you play with them, you're going to find how they work for you and how you enjoy using them. Now this one again is where your terracotta pot. We do have a colour that's terracotta, not that one. That's thinking. I'm doing what I do at home here, and I'm getting everything out, and I've no idea. So you kind of think of like that, your 539 for your terracotta, which you could quite happily go in and just colour it that colour flat, but because I like adding that shading, I'm going to go with the 537 first. And then just bring this in. So we're using it more on the outsides down the bottom, this shadow where it'd be cast underneath here and around.
Looks so good already. It's so cute.
And just blend that in. But I quite like the definition of the lines on this one, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to overblend it. I'm going to keep it quite chunky like that, and then I'm just going to add a little bit of that neutral grey inside my clouds just to give them a little bit of pop definition and pop. Just
It
like
looks very
that.
cute.
Let's pop these back in here. I'll make some room, and I will try very quickly to turn this into a card for you. So first of all, I need a little foam pad just to raise that little head up there. I've got this here that is perfect. And we're just going to pop that on there. Then I'm going to keep this really simple, make a simple card. I've taken the Amazing from this set of stamps here, You're Amazing, and I've just stamped that randomly over there just to create us a little bit of a background. And let me just cut this down. What do we think? What size is this? Should do a 4. Let me take it a quarter under. A quarter under the 6, and then I am going to go back to my alcohol markers and just use them to help decorate this background up again. So I'm going to take the 406 and the, where have I lost it? And we're just going to add, be very brave, we're just going to
Oh, cool.
pop this through here, just randomly.
If anyone's wondering how you get your alcohol markers out of maybe your craft mat or your mixed media mat, if you've been colouring on that, and you've like got little hints of colour on there, you can remove them with like a spray alcohol. So if you've got like a hand sanitizer in the house, you can use that. Just give it a little spritz, or if you've got like a gel one, pop a little bit on the surface and it will lift it up off any of your sort of edges that we've got. So that's a top tip there for if you do get your alcohol markers on your surfaces, you can easily get it up.
And then I'm just using this chisel end just to do like a faux matte and layer border round the edge here. Just bringing that blue back in from the sky, and then just to really make it pop, let's just use the chisel tip just on the finer outer edge, just for a little bit more. In fact, I can use my chisel, it works quicker, just don't take it as far in, like that. Bring this round.
This is looking so fun.
And it's a great technique, this as well. Sometimes if you've got a collection and maybe it's foiled slightly different from like the gold or silver, and you've not got the matching foil, you can usually find a colour in here, or you can layer colours together that will match, so you can make your own matte and layer borders. Let's just see what card blank size is. I've got here. I'm going to just pop this on.
That's going to look so cute.
Couple of foam pads, and effectively, I know it's taken a little bit of time, but apart from stamping out that amazing background, more skin foam pads. Let's see what we've got in here.
Which
Not
ones
much
do you
better in
need?
here.
Do you want some
Just
squares?
like some normal. Hang on.
You got
Find them.
some?
Yeah. Yeah, so apart from stamping out that amazing in the background, we've made this from start to finish. And for a coloured in card, I don't think that is that unreasonable time-wise. And there we go. That's really cute.
It's really, really cute. People have absolutely loved watching you colour that in as well, Kat. And it just proves how easy these are to use. It's just about sort of like being careful to go in with the lighter colours first and then blend up from there. And you get such phenomenal finishes. It's almost like it's not even being coloured, it's like printed.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool. Lots of love for that demo. I was honestly just sat there watching Cat colour. I'm just lost in the colouring. Win It Weekly reminder, you could win our 3-tiered storage trolley. This week we need you to like, share and comment which of the following school rules is true. Is it A, B or C? Get your comments in and we will announce the winner on Friday's show. Right. We have a little back in stock for you. Peel-offs are arriving in the building today. So they will be dispatched from today, including any orders that we have on hold for you that we're going to go out with those peel-offs on. So we have lots of different ways in which you can buy this. We have the whole collection for you. Then we also have sort of like little elements as well. So these have been put here very nicely for me. In your collection, you are going to receive the book, and then you're going to receive sets 1 to 4. So I'll run through all of those sets individually for you. But your peel-off book has got so much sort of inspiration, teaches you how to use the peel-offs. There's loads of gorgeous little card models that you can be recreating with these as well, which we absolutely love. Shows you how you can use them on acetate, on parchment, how you can colour them in, how you can use the negatives, how you can use them for like masking. It is really, really such a cool handbook that teaches you quite a lot about peel-offs that you might have thought, oh, well, you just stick it on, you're ready to go. But no, there's so much more you can do with them. So getting them in the bundle saves you £10. But if you want to, you can buy the sets individually, starting off with set 1, which is our Christmas borders and corners. They are $9.99 each, and you are going to get such a variety. So you get 2 sheets in each design, 1 in gold, 1 in silver. So you can see these are all really tiny, tiny strips. You've then also got the hollies and berries they're coming to you. Then you've got your stars, so your star borders, you've got that in gold and silver. You've then got your thicker, larger borders. So these are like little dotty borders. They're super, super chunky, but look great on your cards. I've used them on a lot of normal, like regular cards recently as well. We've got your star corners, so you're going to get those. And then we've also got the hollies and berries and foliage corners as well. So that is the designs included in set 1. Then set 2 we've got for you is your Christmas embellishments. So these ones are really, really nice, and you are going to get your poinsettias. So you've got that in your gold and your silver. You're going to get the bells. Pop that up the other way around, so you've got your bells for you there. You're then going to receive your fantastic snowflakes, so they're coming to you gold and silver. These ones are really large snowflakes. We do also have these sheets which then have loads and loads of snowflakes on them. I do appreciate that you won't be able to see these very well on the screen, but if you do have a look on the website, they do have images of these a lot more clearer for you to be able to see what you get included. We've then got your hollies and berries again, and then some stars, and these are really nice because not only do you get the inside of the stars, but you get star outlines as well that you can use separately. That is set 2, borders and corners. Then we have, oh no, sorry, that's set 2, embellishments. Then we have set 3, which is Christmas sentiments. So there's loads of different sentiments in here, lots of different sizes as well. This one has your Happy Christmas on it, so you're going to get that in gold and silver. We then have your Merry Christmas. You can see that there. That one comes in with little details as well. This one is your Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. So you've got that really small. You can obviously use them all separately if you want to. Then this one is you've got Merry Christmas at you've got Happy Christmas and Season's Greetings on that one. So you've got those, loads and loads included in each of these pile sets as well. Then we've got Season's Greetings, absolutely loads of those ones on there. huge amount of designs on there, and then you've got this larger season's greetings, which is a great for like the main focus of a card, and that one comes really nicely to you with some really nice details added on the ends as well. So $9.99 for that, and then we're finishing off with your Christmas outlines. This is the second time this has been reordered, isn't it? Because it came back in, went out of stock again pretty much straight away. It's been crazy. So this one is your Christmas outlines. So you've got a really nice mix of designs in here, starting off with your Christmas trees. These are great to not only use the positives, but also use the negatives on your cards as well. We've then got this one, which has the super cute robin on. Oh no, it's not robin. It's a reindeer. I'm trying to get it so you can see it. You can kind of see it dancing there up onto the side. You've also got borders on this one. So you've got those in gold and silver. Then this one's the robin. This one's really nice. You've got really fine font in here as well, with the words included. Then you've got your baubles. Love this one. The detail in the baubles is so nice. You have got the little cabins with the snow. Adorable. And then we've also got your nativity scene, so you're getting that gold and silver. $9.99 if you want to get them, but of course the best way to do it is in the bundle, because it's going to include the book and you're going to get a £10 saving. So one of them is going to be free, those sets. If you want extra books, you can get them, £7.99. We've got that for you. And then I don't have it here, but I believe we do have our peel off transfer sheets back in stock as well. So you get 4 of those, and if you've ever done anything with vinyl, they're basically like your clear carrier sheets that you can use on your peel off. So when you're doing things like using the negatives, once you've peeled off all the positives from the sheet, you can take off the whole backing. You'll be left with images that you can still use. So using that peel off sheets allows you to get it in perfectly. Also, you can use it with your positives too, because it's just going to allow you to stick it in place without having any sort of movement on your peel off. So make sure you get them. They are arriving in the building today. I'm not sure if they're here yet, but I can see customer service doing something. They look like they're packing something up, so they must be helping out. So maybe they're already here, but they'll be going out today if you order them today, or if you've got any orders on hold waiting for the peel offs, they'll be going out for you today as well. But it's time for the sketch challenge. Show them. Kat has it already. Amy drew a sketch challenge yesterday. Oh, it's a cool one.
Yeah,
I like this. So Kat is gonna. What are you gonna use with your sketch challenge?
I am going to use the Halloween stuff.
Oh, nice. Well, take it away, Kat.
Okie dokie. So we've got a large rectangle to start off with. I think I'm going to do an 8x6, so I've got plenty of room to work with. I have literally, because I'd just come in before we started the show, grabbed up what we had left of the Halloween stuff. So I'm going to make, luckily I've got that red that matches that. So let's hope that nice red sheet in here matches, and I'll work with my oval size. Don't know if I've got another page of that in case I wanted to use the background. But we'll be frugal.
You might have just gone past one.
I think we've got it.
No?
No. Maybe a bit of the bats. Maybe if we need something else, we'll take the bats. And I'll take that extra bit of mirri just in case. So pop that to one side. Let's do a nice chunky matte and layer. I know it's a sketch challenge. Can I go a little bit rogue? Like, how dead on the star do I have to be? Can I make something star-like?
Yeah. As long as there's something in that space.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a star. I'll make it star-like. A star doesn't quite fit with the rest of the design. Theme. Yeah. So that's our matte and layer. And then I'm going to take this lovely card here. And we'll take.
So what size are you starting with?
8x6.
Have they all been rectangles so far? Ooh, there you go, Kat. You could challenge Stacey and do a square one.
Oh, if it's Daisy, I'm going to do something.
Oh yeah,
crazy.
don't do something too crazy, because she has already warned us that she won't do the show if it's too bad.
No, I'll come up with something nice. So we'll just layer this on here. Now, again, might actually be 3 o'clock when we get out of here today, because I want to use...
We're doing all right so far.
You know that technique that I did that you really liked on that card? Should we see if we can do it on here?
Can't remember which one that is. You
We're-
do too many.
We're scrunched up.
Oh
so-
yeah, I do love a little scrunchy card.
So let's take, I'm hoping I'm doing this wide enough, 5. How much have we got? 2, 2 and 2, that should be enough. So 3 5x2 strips. And let's hope this works for me. And what I'm going to try and do is, it has worked when I've done it just peeling it off a bigger piece of card, but I'm going to separate this from the backing. You just need to try and get a corner. And you don't necessarily just need the foil, you can have some backing, but once you've gone like that, we're just going to take this off. It's just going to make it easier to do. I'll do this with all 3 of them.
I don't think I've seen you do this.
It was on one of my cards when you were packing them up and you were like, ooh, I like that. So we're just going to take these off. You could do it, the next bit that I'm going to do, without taking this. I think it just makes it a bit easier because it makes it a bit thinner. So we're going to take these now and we're going to scrunch them up. So they get lots of lines and stuff in them. So this is great, especially with like the coloured marine stuff, if you're doing anything like sweet wrapper wise or creating your own backgrounds or anything like that. It's a really fun technique to do. So give them a good scrunch.
Myra says you could cut a cobweb out like a star.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. That's where my brain was going. So we're going to unravel them. And then I'm just going to take, this is my sanding block, I'm just going to give this a buff over.
Oh yeah.
And you can keep re-scrunching and adding more and more in.
This does look cool.
As you want to go. But it just adds a little bit more definition, a bit more fun, just shows you how you can use your mirror in different ways. And I've seen a lot of the Halloween cards that have had the mirror buff back, and it's something that we forget to do, isn't it? And it looks absolutely
so good.
incredible.
It adds so much texture.
And again, complete personal preference, how much or how little you want to do here. But again, it's giving us those 3 bands across our sketch that we want here, but we're just adding a little bit more to them. So I'm just going to use my tape roller, she says. And we are putting something over the top of them, so they don't need to be. So I'm going to start with the one I want in the middle, and then I can kind of guesstimate where I want my other ones to go. And put that across like that. And then that one there.
Dan said, can you give more details on the sanding block? Cat actually uses
it's
a nail file.
It's just a nail file.
Um,
From one of the cheap discount shops, you get like a pack of 3. That's all it is. But there are sanding blocks available, aren't
yeah,
there?
Stacey bought some quite good ones from Aldi. And I think they were just from like the housey reno like tooly bit that they do sometimes there.
So I got some oval dies for that middle bit. I just grabbed the first one. These are the scallop ones. Let's see if we've got one That'll fit, that's a bit too small, isn't it? We can go the next one up, I think. And hopefully that'll fit on there. So we'll just position that. Tack it down.
This is a good sketch challenge.
It's fun, isn't it?
Do we have the other cards from the sketch challenges? Are they somewhere?
There's one down there, then the one on the bar.
Oh yeah, this is the one that I gave Amy yesterday. Oh, it looks really good. See how well they're all coming together.
So let's run this through here. It's only cutting on paper, it shouldn't need metal shim, but just to be on the safe side. I'll take that through.
I think you should do like hexagons and all sorts on Stacey's.
We'll pop this out. Now you could add this to a little bit of cardstock to give it a bit more weight if you wanted to. Or you could use your nesting dies and cut in it to give more definition. We have got some chunky foam pads here, so I'm going to use them.
Myra says, oh no, sorry, it was Viv. Viv says, isn't it funny how we see the sketches? I saw it as 2 borders going across.
Is it not 3?
She looked at the 2 small ones though.
Ah.
So like the top and the middle. This is the great thing about sketch challenges though, that they can be so differently interpreted by everyone.
They can, can't
It's my
they?
favourite thing to do though when I'm like stuck in a rut. Is to get a sketch challenge.
So I'm going to take the sentiment here and then I'm just going to kind of like, this is disastrous. I'm just going to try and cut it kind of cobwebby
Let's see.
shape. How we go.
Are you cutting into it?
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
So it's star principle, but it's just a bit more fitting with.
Didn't have to be a perfect star, it just needs to be a star shape.
I think that works a bit more with that. And then let's be really tricksy. Let's stick this onto some mirri and then cut round, just so it's going to stand out a bit from that.
Stick
Stick it on the right side. I don't think I've done too bad considering I've not picked anything craft wise
You've done really good.
in what, 11 days. And then we're just going to follow the shape of that. Around. Jess, am I allowed to ask what what the craft quiz is on Friday?
We haven't decided yet.
Oh,
I know what tomorrow is.
What's tomorrow's? You're allowed to know.
Do you mean like the geography one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or always history?
tomorrow's history.
I'm going to check over your history questions and just see.
We've not picked yet.
What was yesterday's?
Oh, it was Dan's stamping lesson.
Oh yeah, Dan's stamping lesson. It's a good lesson.
So we can't do one.
Make sure you tune in or watch it back because yeah, an incredible history lesson from Dan yesterday. All about the history of stamps.
Fab.
I know.
If you want to do like country music or something on Friday, that'd be fab.
Or a music lesson.
Yeah, music lesson.
Get your tambourines and your xylophones and your recorders out.
And we'll just pop that over the top there.
My brother brought a violin home once. That was absolutely atrocious.
And there we go. That's my version of the sketch challenge.
So good.
Good.
It looks really, really cool. Right now, Kat, you've got to draw one.
What?
You've got to draw one for Stacey.
What, right now?
Yeah. Draw it on the back of there. Lisa will make it fancy, don't worry. You've got a pencil.
Right.
We have had rectangle ones.
So you want a
So if
square
you want
one?
to do a square, that would be good.
Oh, don't make me draw on camera. This is
Have you
not
got a
funny.
ruler? There's a ruler in that back thing if you want a ruler.
Rulers for amateurs.
Okay, sorry.
Right, what have we had so far? So I don't do anything too silly.
We did this one yesterday.
Right.
And then the one before that was, they're here. So we've had these so far.
Okay. Okay. So
You
we're doing a
can do-
square. Will she kill me if I put a triangle on it?
I was literally thinking that would be quite cool.
Should we do a triangle? Like this. Yeah?
Yeah. She's probably watching.
Maybe a smaller triangle down the bottom. Because you can do that. You can just cut them with the trimmer, can't
Yeah.
you?
Just cut them to the size of your first square and then cut them down again.
Let's do another rectangle here. Oh, I like doing this. Can we do more of these, just drawing things out? And then
She's watching.
something across here.
She just popped up now.
A triangle.
And then
Stacey, if you can't cut a triangle with a trimmer, you need to
I've
go
got
back
put gems on.
to...
What about that?
You
What
just
do we
need to
think?
stick to designing if you can't do a triangle.
Is that all right? It's different from what we've had.
That
isn't
is
it?
very, very cool. Stacey's quaking in her boots as we speak. Michelle says, okay, Stacey is going to be waiting outside the studio to strangle Cat now. Luckily, Stacey works from home on a Wednesday, so we're safe. We're safe until tomorrow. Let's have a look, because I didn't show you before. I've got some peel-off cards, and they're really, really cool. So this uses the background, like the negative that's left on the sheet when you pull away the nativity. This one's really cute, so colouring them in. Layering them onto different cardstock. This uses the shimmer card. This one cuts it out. Use that nativity again, but the other sort of part of the nativity, and then cutting it out and layering it up is so cute. Popping it onto acetate is always gorgeous. And then I love this one as well, using Duo Design paper pads for that. It's so cute. So remember, they're back in stock. If you want to get your hands on them, you absolutely can do. And you can go online and look at all of our sketch challenges right now, because we've been posting them daily. So you can print them out, you can see them, you can try them yourself. And then head over to the hub and send us images as well once you've done them, because we'd love to share your makes. I think that is everything for today. Pauline has a fun show over on Hobby Maker tomorrow, so you can join her at 3 p.m. She's got festive archways, and at 5 p.m. she's got those Christmas dogtail decoupage. And then next up on Hunky Dory TV, join us tomorrow to see Stacey's face when she tries to do that sketch challenge, because it's going to be lots of fun. And I will be here, and we're going to have a Moonstone seminar tomorrow. Which will be very fun. So lots of dies, lots of techniques with your dies, and we might even have those brand new Radiant Sentiments on. So don't miss it. We'll see you all again tomorrow.